Hello and welcome to this week's Wellness Wednesday workshop. I'm Vicki Whipking and I'll be your host today. We are going to talk about 4 easy strategies to conquer the holidays. Now, if you're anything like me, of course you love the holidays, but it's also an opportunity for you to kind of get off track and to maybe feel like you've spent all your energy, you've spent all your time, you've spent all your money, and at the end of it, you kind of feel like you lost or got the short end of the stick or, really need some downtime to recuperate. And that's not how we want to experience the holidays. We want to come out of the holidays on January 2nd feeling fulfilled and feeling great and feeling energized and ready for the new year. So let's get started and find out how we can do everything that we want to do during the holiday, but also give ourselves what we need and stay on track so that we can be the best version of ourselves in the upcoming new year. This is a big one, right? So let's get started. And the first thing that I ask you to do is to just focus on right now. That means closing the door to whatever room you're in, maybe putting in some headphones so people know that you're working, or turning off of your distractions and things like that. Everything can wait for the next 30 minutes and just give you this time to concentrate and focus. And I see this gal right here, and it's probably 10 times worse during the holiday season, where you've got your arms out doing a ton of different things and just really feel scattered. And boy, the doggy and the baby in this photo here are not doing so hot. They're looking a little freaked out, and so is she. And we don't want you to be that. The biggest gift you can give yourself and your family is to just slow down. Concentrate and focus on the present moment. Breathe a little. Stop being so busy and stop letting your devices rule your world. Let the dishes wait for a few minutes. And you know what? Let's just appreciate the time that we do have and the focus that we can give ourselves right here, right now. And I want you to stay with me because all of these strategies that I've developed for you are actually part of a bigger plan, and I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity because I have created this amazing wellness blueprint, and it's designed to help you live your life, elevate your time and energy and money and everything into a real lifestyle that serves you, serves your family, serves your business. And not only is it allowing you to do all the things that you want, it's super easy to do. And I've completely laid it out for you, but enough on that. But seriously, these are the strategies that I use in my everyday so that I can go out there and do the hiking or the skiing or the, outdoor enjoyment wherever I find myself. Sometimes it's on a horse, not very often, not as often as I'd like for sure. And really not have to, think about whether or not I can go do those things because I'm taking good care of myself and I'm managing my time well, and my husband and I are having just a really great time. So, do you have any little moments that you discover today in our time together? Go for it. Splatter them on your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram feed. I would really love it if you shared the hashtag MindBodyBlueprint and just let people know how you are going to really enjoy the holiday season without getting overspent, overstimulated, overwhelmed, all of it, because that's got no place in my holiday. So I want to know, does the holiday season get you off track a little bit? Are you so focused on certain activities or get, kind of out of your normal loop that you kind of lose your grip on, household chores or work or taking care of yourself? And I'm wondering, instead of all of that, would you like to have a very joyful and full holiday season just without the stress? Who wants that? Yeah, raise your hands full of gifts there. Yes, we want that. Because the holiday is meant to be enjoyed. You've worked all year long to get to this point in the year where you can celebrate the work that you've done and celebrate the blessings that you have and share and be generous and enjoy the people that are around you and really sink into the moment. Appreciate the twinkle lights and the cookies and all that good stuff. But we want to do that without all that pressure and the time constraints, and the busyness and the rush, rush, rush. That's no way to enjoy a holiday. And you know this. If that sounds like you, then you know what? You are so in the right place. And I'm so happy to have you here, because when you feel like, something needs to shift, or you want something more than or better than last time or last year, you don't just want to, blatantly just go through the holidays and be dragged to everything, and then at the end of the season be like, what about me? What did I miss? Why do I feel so empty right now? I mean, it can be very overwhelming, this whole season of everything to the max, right? So I want you to be able to celebrate without totally getting sidetracked. I want you to feel like you got so much out of the holiday that you're just bursting with spirit for the whole rest of the year. So if you've really, you want that holiday celebration, you want it to be fun and exciting, and you want to enjoy things with your family and friends, but you also want to feel like you were fulfilled body, mind, and spirit on all of those levels, then you are totally in the right place. So kick back for just a moment. Maybe you want to grab a quick piece of paper, because I am going to have you, do a couple exercises, but you can always come back to this later and do these exercises again, because they do take a bit of time and introspect. And if you're wondering, why am I talking about this? You know what? I have totally been there too. I have spent holidays where I have been completely overweight going into the holiday and been like, well, whatever, it's the holiday. I've also gone into the holiday being completely sleep deprived. In fact, I am more rested this year coming into the holiday almost than any other time I can imagine, except for maybe when I was like in third grade, because you're not really sleep deprived yet in third grade. I've been totally carb addicted coming into the holidays. And then what are the holidays about? More carbs, more everything. And so it's so easy to, if you're, coming into the holidays, having your sugar addiction where, you're just letting it run wild because sugar is all over the place and everybody's doing it. You can really, get yourself into even more trouble at this time of the year. It's like, maybe I've been struggling a little bit, but this is going to, seal the deal. So if you think that I don't know what a self-destructive pattern is, you're wrong. I've been there, done that on many, many, many levels. And I'm here to tell you that you can change all of that. And you can do it in just, the time between now and when the holidays begin. So in the past, I have worked my plan, lost 20 pounds for sure. There's always a few more to go, but who's counting? I've reset my body clock to wake up at 6. Actually, I wake up at 5, and this morning it was more like 4:45. I crush my fitness goals. Not that I'm like a bodybuilder or anything, but I'm really into having my body feel good, having my muscles stretched and relaxed, having my joints feel good, being strong enough to do my activities like hiking or skiing. So I'm always tweaking my workouts to reflect what season we're going into. So now we're going into the holidays and we're about to start skiing again. I'm going to start doing some squats and core strength so that I can make sure I can keep up with my husband on in the ski tracks this year. I also designed a healthy meal plan that I actually crave. My husband and I love having our sweet potato, kale, quinoa dinner nights, Sure, we also make homemade pizza. It's very good homemade pizza. But we have found a way to keep those things like fresh salads and light meals and energy nourishing foods into our diet plan so that we don't have to worry about, oh, I had pizza last night. So what? Because the pizza was loaded with veggies and it was homemade crust and homemade tomatoes, like all of that. We've put that together and we love it. And I'm going to show you how you can take some of those principles and apply them to the upcoming holiday season. We just have a couple of weeks here where we really want to get the max out of it. And this is how we're going to do it. So today, here's what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to show you why you're not able to maintain your motivation and discipline during the holidays. And I'm going to show you a way to fix it that actually works and is something that you're going to enjoy doing for sure. I'm going to tell you exactly where to start with your holiday maintenance plan so you stay on track. I'm going to give you the 4 strategies that you need to know to get through this time of year. I'm going to show you how you can make enjoying the holiday and handling your day-to-day routines effortless while not missing out on anything. Seriously, because this is the thing that people are so surprised with when I give them a little bit of homework. I give them some strategies and they're like, I did that and then I felt great and I didn't feel deprived. Yes, that is what we want. I'm going to show you right now today how to dissolve the I'm not good at diets and I don't have time to exercise during the holidays conversation in your mind. I'm going to help you create a mindset that helps you reach your goals, stay with your goals, create some goals wherever you're at with your process at this time of the year. It's really easy to throw those goals right out the window, but we're not going to do that. And I just want to say, if up to this point you're like, yeah, but, well, that sounds nice, but I've got 25 Christmas parties coming up. Having that little bit of resistance to, I don't know how that's going to work for me, that's okay. Don't let it derail you, though, because I'll tell you a secret. That resistance is your ego trying to keep you confined, keep you small, keep you doing what you've always done instead of doing what might be a better path. And all that resistance can be easily turned into motivation and success. It's actually way easier than you think. So stay with me. I'm going to lead you right through it. So our first strategy is you have to adjust your mindset around the holidays. And you've probably, up until this point in your life, had a certain way that you thought the holidays should go, or that other people have told you they should go, or whatever your experience is, and you might not understand that it doesn't have to be that way. So if you have expectations around the holidays where we're going to have everything on the table and everyone's going to be there and it's going to be this fantastic display of lights and gifts and punch and whatever you got going on, that's nice and all, but you've got to say to yourself, is this realistic? Is this going to get me off track? How am I going to feel after I, put all this time and energy into certain things? Because while they're wonderful things to enjoy, it's certainly easy to let all that enjoyment turn into self-destruction. So our intentions might be good, our expectations might be a little overboard, and that's okay, but we've got to learn where that fine line is. So I want you to get this mindset in your head right now. The ideal holiday celebration doesn't exist. No. That Norman Rockwell idea of all of this, it's really not serving us in the way that we think it does. It's really, taking this idea of generosity of spirit and turning it into a retail frenzy. Not how we want to spend the holiday, or at least it's not what's going to really truly fulfill us. Sure, it's nice to go shopping for gifts or something like that, or save some money on a sale, but really what we're looking for from the holiday is not something that you can purchase or orchestrate or design. It's something a little bit more than that. And if you're so focused on the perfect whatever and get lost in the details, you're not going to be present to see the magic of the season. Because being happy and healthy at the holiday is not simply about avoiding everything. Well, if I'm going to stick to my diet, that means I can't go to any parties, or I can't have any party food, or I can't accept cookies as gifts. That's not how to enjoy the season either, being too restrictive. But if you really want to, like I said, find that magic of the season, you have to change your relationship to what you think the holidays mean to you. And I'm not saying that you have to give up everything, your old ways, your traditions or rituals or things that you do. You just have to kind of change your mindset around them. So let me introduce this little thought chain here. So everything begins with a thought. It doesn't exist unless it exists as an idea first, and then we attach an emotion to it. So maybe the idea is Christmas party, and then we might put an emotion on it. And everyone's going to be so happy and thankful that I throw this big Christmas party. And then there's a belief attached to it that says, in order for me to be, feel like I've given enough this holiday, I need to give a Christmas party for everybody in the office or everybody in my family or whatever. And it has to be the best so that they'll have a great holiday, then I'll have a great holiday. Now, I'm kind of blowing that one up there a little bit, but you see where I'm going with this. And it's easy to fall into this trap, even on small levels. So your thoughts get an emotion attached to them, and it creates a belief. And then our actions stem out of that belief, and the action might be to go overboard with gifts or plan too much food or get consumed in the details of things. And your result might be that you're disappointed because someone didn't show up, or you're disappointed because they didn't want to play your Christmas game, or you're disappointed because a dessert failed or something. And the result is that, you think that the holidays suck. Now, that's kind of a rambly little example and a big example. But I want you to see how your thoughts are where it starts. And the actions that you take, if you don't have the right belief behind those actions, the actions that you take are probably not going to give you the actual result that you desire, because you're jumping in and just doing things instead of having the right reasons behind them, or really thinking about what's important here. Am I missing the big picture? Is it really about the perfect dinner, or is it just about everybody being in the house at the same time and having a good time? So, if you've had some thoughts, such as any of the following, these might be some common thoughts that you feel this time of year. But I want to challenge you that it has to be this way. Oops, I'm going to go back to that. We can't really afford this, but the kids are begging for it. Is that really something, just because they're begging for it, you need to give it to them? I mean, we used to get socks and underwear for Christmas and a toy or something, but we got socks and underwear for Christmas because you needed them. And so what if it's not on your list? That's what you're getting for Christmas, kid. This is how much money we have to spend, and some of it needs to go towards something practical. We can't really afford this. So why is it even on the list? The kids want a Lamborghini. We can't really afford this, but they're begging for it. Might not be, and again, that's an extreme example, but it's might not be something that actually has to happen. Yeah, it's nice to want things or to appreciate nice things or to want to give gifts, but the pressure that comes with it isn't really necessary. I can gain a little holiday weight. That's okay. I'll take it off in January. Slippery slope, and we all know what happens in January. The holidays are always so crazy. Do they have to be crazy? I always feel like I'm rushing. Why? Do you want to be rushing all the time? Why are you choosing that? Why are you allowing that to happen? I get sad when it's over because I feel like I missed out on something. Well, what was it? Well, were you expecting the holiday to just magically appear before you and make you feel all the feels, or did you have to get in there and participate a little? I'm so tired now that it's all over. I just want to sleep for a week. Sure, I can see how that you might feel that way, but does it have to be that way? Is there something you can do to not have to sleep for a week come January? I challenge you, and any of the other like kind of thoughts that say, oh, it's always, or it never, or it has to, or we can't, challenge them. Challenge those thoughts, especially if they're causing you stress. So, you have to replace those negative thoughts, all the stuff that causes you stress there that I started to outline. I'm sure you can come up with lots more positive ones. We don't have to buy a lot of gifts. I do need to watch my weight, but it doesn't mean I can't enjoy a treat. I can say no to things. It doesn't have to be perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. It's important to not overextend myself. Absolutely. These things are way more true than anything on the other page. Way more true. And there are things that you can actually control and figure out. So let me help you with, now that you kind of are seeing a few things, and I encourage you to spend some more time with this, on how you can challenge those thoughts. Now we have to replace them and decide actually what does matter. Why am I going through all of this trouble? So on January 2nd, how do you feel when the holidays are over? Do you feel like you got what you needed, that you had just the right amounts of food and celebrating and activity and rest? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you feel exhausted, completely drained, mentally just fried, your bank account's empty. Maybe you feel depressed. Maybe you feel like, what was all that for? Maybe you feel like you can't face the year now that the holidays are over because it wasn't what you wanted. You didn't get out of it what you hoped. Are you feeling joyful when the holiday is over? Are you ready to take all that magic of the holiday season and spread it out throughout the year? Did you get what you needed? Hopefully you did. But if you didn't, it's okay. Because the holiday season is about celebrating abundance. But without proper boundaries, abundance becomes excessive and exhausting. For sure. We all know this, how we've overeaten or overdone it in some way. And it's like it was great for the first few mouthfuls, and then by the time the third piece of pie rolls around, you're just like, oh my God, I want to kill myself. Not this year. Proper boundaries. So, if we're to decide what's important, a boundary needs to come in when there's too many food choices and not enough willpower. A boundary needs to come in when there's too many commitments and not enough self-care. A boundary needs to come in when there's a lack of discipline and planning. Yeah, you can still enjoy things if there's discipline and planning. In fact, those are the keys that help you to enjoy it more. And there needs to be a boundary when there's a lack of purpose and meaning, and you're just going from one celebration to the other, and you don't even care about it. That will drain you too. So you can't bah humbug your way through the holidays. That's not a strategy for success, because we've all tried that one once too, I'm sure, where we're like, I don't want to even participate in the holidays this year. It's okay. You don't have to give up everything. You just have to be smart about how you're going to enjoy and when you're going to enjoy, and decide what has purpose and meaning for you during the holidays, for you, your family, your office, whatever, however you're focusing your holiday time and energy and money, it should be on something that has purpose and meaning for you. And you're like, well, it all does. Well, does it? I mean, really? Like, every single event that you're invited to, does it have purpose and meaning for you? Is it really something that you're like, dang, I wish I would have done that? Or is it just another thing on your list that you obligated yourself to do? I mean, I don't know. That's up for you to decide what's important and what's not. So here are some categories. Family. It's easy to reach out or to make family a priority or to figure out what family members you really want to, send a special greeting to. Of course, that should be a priority at this time of year. And if you think that, a little phone call or a card won't matter to someone, you're wrong. So prioritize that. Figure out in your schedule, how am I going to do this? Food. You need to find a happy balance between celebrating and nourishing. So we all know that, a cookie that your auntie made from, when you were a little kid nourishes you on a soul level, but that good old, what is it? What do we make? We make a Brussels sprout sweet potato salad that's just amazing and it's super healthy. Both of those things can help me celebrate the holiday. Both make me feel good in different ways. But too much of one and not enough of the other is not going to help me feel all of those things. I need to find that balance. Traditions. It doesn't matter what you've done for 50 years if you don't like it anymore, if it's not serving you anymore, if you've outgrown it in some way, it's okay to let it go. But you should always be doing at least one or two things that are really important to you and that you keep doing. So for me and my husband, we like to go on a Christmas Eve light drive. And we go and drive around neighborhoods and look at Christmas lights and listen to fun music and just have a cozy, evening of just driving around for an hour or two. And we really enjoy that. So if we don't get a chance to do that during the holidays because we miss, the opportunity, we really miss it, That's one of our traditions. And I could say that, my family did that too a little bit growing up, and I'm sure he did too, but we make a point to do that together. That's us. Things that I don't need to do anymore, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into all of the things that I think is important or not, because it's individual. It's individual. These traditions that are important to us, old and new, I think you need a little bit of both, really. All right, music and lights are everywhere. Set the mood, but don't go overboard. If you've already, gotten yourself sick of looking at Christmas stuff and listening to Christmas stuff, and we're still a couple weeks out on the holiday, maybe you did a little too much. You can always just sprinkle it around, and as I tend to start off light, and then each week I kind of add some more decorations and fill it out a little bit more so that you're not full on Christmas and it's just exploded in every aspect of your life for the whole season. That can be a little draining, but a little is nice, and then you slowly work your way in. Community events. Do what you really enjoy, and you don't have to accept every invite. I'm sure you're already getting lots of invitations. It's perfectly okay to say, no, that doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. Thank you for thinking of me. I wish you the best holiday. Goodbye. Only do what you truly enjoy. So you don't have to go to every one of your nephew's, Christmas pageants if you don't want to. Or if you don't really have the time to fit everything in, maybe that's something that can be said no to. Now, this time of year, spiritual beliefs are going to creep in. There's over 30 holidays worldwide that are being enjoyed this month, probably alone. So it's out there, as people of Earth, we do experience this shift in seasons, especially the farther north you live. So the ritual of bringing back the sun is so important, and all of the other spiritual practices and traditions that have come out of that. You don't have to go full-fledged overboard. You don't necessarily even have to go to church if you don't want to, or if it's not part of, your tradition, but acknowledging that something significant is happening with the days starting to become longer again after the solstice. It's profound, and you can honor that in a small way, or you can go to church every Sunday and do Advent, or you can go and visit somebody else's religion and see what they're up to, or you can celebrate Hanukkah 8 nights in a row. However you want to celebrate, whether it's with an actual religion or if it's just you acknowledging that there's, bigger forces at work here this time of year, it probably needs to have some sort of presence in your holiday to make things feel like you got the magic, right? And a charity. I always pick something, that touches me during this time of year, and I try to be as generous as possible. That is different for everyone. What that means, being generous, might just mean giving your time. It might mean offering a skill for someone. It might mean, delivering meals or something. It might mean a financial or gift of some sort. Whatever it you can do it. All right. And the next strategy is to prioritize your self-care. Now, it's really easy to think that the whole, I'm going to feed myself, I'm going to sleep in, and I'm going to have a good time, and it's going to be so fulfilling. Watch yourself, because that can turn into self-destructive behavior very quickly. So I want you to think about, maybe some of the past holidays. How well do you take care of yourself during the holidays? Eating, sleeping, exercising, emotional processing, financially. Yeah, we try. I think we try, but it's hard. It's really hard. So you need to get it in your head. Again, this is about mindset. Why is it important to value yourself, especially during the holiday? Because holiday, we want to serve, we want to make things for people, and we want to offer them dinners, we want to go places and share our time and share our emotions. You can't share if you're coming in tired, depleted, overwhelmed, haggard, all of the above. You can't serve from an empty vessel. So you have to fill yourself up. And if you're not already full at this time of year, you're going to be run to the ground for sure. So as you go, you have to treat your self-care as the key to your success this holiday season. You can't just run on empty. You can't just have, sugar crashes all the time. So let's think about a couple of ways you can do this. So prioritizing your health and fitness goals, that might mean that you take a walk every day, even on Christmas Day. Devote time to self-care. That means that you definitely need to spend extra time sleeping and meal prepping and, giving yourself downtime. Oh, speaking of, give yourself time to rest. You need to, if you have 2 parties in a row and a Christmas pageant and you have to make cookies and deliver things, you're going to need to rest. And also, just because you're busy doing things, the emotional and financial toll can really zap your energy. You also need to manage your schedule like a boss. So that is where you say no to the things that don't really have a place. Even though you got an invite, you might have to say no, and really keep your time to think ahead, instead of getting to a place and being like, oh, I just spent 6 hours there and I only meant to spend 2. Manage your schedule, and that means social obligations have boundaries around them too. And eliminate that all or nothing attitude, where it's like, either I'm going to go overboard with Christmas or I'm going to do nothing. You're either the Scrooge or you're the Ghost of Christmas Present. You remember him, and he's all in his robes with the feast and everything. It doesn't have to be that way, the all or nothing thing. You can definitely enjoy within limits. All right. Putting it all together now, you got to get these strategies and mark your calendar. When, where, and how you will celebrate. If you haven't figured this out with your family members yet, who's going where for what and when, do it now. And it's okay to say, we won't be joining you. It's okay to say, we're going to do that our own way. It's okay to say, well, we can only stay for an hour. Absolutely. Be specific. I'm going to give you some more here. Family. Who, when, where. Don't be afraid to politely decline. Or if you're inviting people to your own home, you don't have to invite everybody. Just because they were here last year doesn't mean that they get an invite this year. And maybe there's a reason why. It's okay to make sure that, you're having the holiday that you want. Can you reach out to that person some other way? Absolutely. Do they have to be involved in everything? No. If you don't want them, not necessarily. Sometimes we need to have this generous, spirit and include others, but sometimes we need to draw a boundary. Food. Look at what's coming up in your calendar. Oh, I've got this night, and I got a Christmas party that night, and I've got to play the next. You can anticipate what your food needs are going to be. And sometimes you need to eat before you go to a party so you don't overindulge. Sometimes you need to not overeat so that you can enjoy the things that are going to be at the party. Like, you need to figure out where you're at and plan it ahead of time. Because if you don't have a plan and you walk into a party, you're basically at the mercy of the whims of, your lack of willpower. Traditions and events. So you can schedule the things that are, we do this, we go sledding every year. And you can get those in between other events that involve, maybe other people who aren't going sledding with you. You can arrange it in between. But remember to be mindful. You can't do everything and you can't do it all at once. So maybe you spread out your, Christmas activities over. There's a reason why they call it the 12 days of Christmas, because you can't really celebrate and get it all in one day. It's just too much. So watch your expectations and spread things out. But again, don't be afraid to say no or trim the fat a little. And decorations, if you can get out there when it's a nice day, get them up. Don't wait to the last minute. And maybe you don't want to have holiday decorations in absolutely every inch of your home. I do like to spread them out in different rooms, but some I keep a light touch on, and then others, like, of course, the living areas that we spend a lot of time in, I'm going to put more of the decorations there. So make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself in your own home or blinding your neighbors. And make sure that you put the self-care on the list. Oh my goodness, I already have self-care activities written in on my list of when we're going to sleep and just take a pajama day, when we're going to go to the hot springs, when we're going to go skiing, when we're going to take a hike, and when we're going to have a bonfire, and all of those things that I need to bring in so that it's like I'm getting a little bit of a workout or I'm doing a little bit of de-stressing. And it's in the plan. It's in the holiday plan. It's not just something I'm going to add in or think I have time. You know how when you pack for a holiday weekend and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go exercise in the gym and I'm going to do this and that, and then you never do. Do it. Do it this year. You don't have to spend all day, every day with everybody or completely on vacation. You can take an hour or two and go for a hike, go for a jog, go for a yoga class, whatever it is. It's important because it'll make you feel like you have more energy, like you have been giving to yourself, and then you in turn can give more to the people in your life. So I want you to whip out that calendar. The clock is ticking until this 12 days of Christmas kind of starts. I like to start it around the solstice, which is around the 21st. I start kind of really feeling like, all right, now is the holidays. I'm going to weave in the things I like to do. I do sprinkle a few things in the weeks before, some, social engagements and things. But I really start, executing my holiday plan around then. And I go through until, January 2nd. That's my day to kind of relax. So Don't fill up every day or every space, and don't do too many things in a row. I would not schedule something Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. Leave yourself some space, spread things out, suggest alternatives, say no to what doesn't matter, and get it all in there. The important ones, the selfish ones, the self-care items. Look at the next few weeks and nail it down. And then stick to it like a boss, because you're the boss of your holiday. Don't be, tugged into 10 different directions. All right. So with that in mind, I'd like to know, what kind of lifestyle changes do you need to make in the new year? And most of us are like, oh, I want to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but what's it going to take for you to not only on January 2nd finding yourself feeling energized and fulfilled and joyous, but how are you going to make the new year your best year so far? Really, what do you need to do? For some of you, it might be that you have to cut some bad habits. For others of you, it might be that you have to add in some workouts or a better meal plan. For others of you, it might be that you need a complete overhaul and don't know what you're doing and don't know where to begin and are just hoping to make it through the holiday season and, have even just an ounce of gumption to try to even start a new plan. Well, I'm here for you. And I know that you showed up today because not just like losing weight, but like getting healthier and feeling more energized and really wanting to make these changes in your life. That's why you're here. You know that you have this power to transform or this desire to change something about your life. You just kind of feel stuck or don't know where to start. And believe me, I know what it's like to feel like you have some bad habits that you can't let go of, that just that healthy lifestyle just seems to be out of reach. It's not something you can do right now or by yourself. I totally get it. But you know what? It is time to stop wasting time. It is 2020. We are coming up on a new decade, and it's time for you to leave that old thinking behind. It is not going to serve you, and it's not the world that we live in anymore where we can say, oh, well, whatever. We need to be the best versions of ourselves right now, starting today. And, you can definitely go through and figure out how to do this. Do 10 plus years of research. You can figure out what the experts say. And I say that that's the hard way. Or you can do it the easy way. I've already done all of those things. I've already done all the studies. I've already taken the trainings from experts. I've already done 10 years of case studies in person, one-on-one with clients, hundreds and hundreds of women. And I have distilled it all down into something that's really easy to implement in your life. So yeah, you can do it yourself. You can spend 10 years or more and unlimited amounts of money on training and things. Or you can take it from me, someone who's absolutely been there. Someone who has said, these are the things I'm struggling with. Self-talk, negative behaviors, bad habits, outdated thinking, resistance, lack of motivation, all of those things. I've created the strategies based on what I've learned through my health and wellness practice and distilled them all down into a very concise online course. And every person that I have put through this online course has come out the other side going, wow, I didn't know it was so easy. I didn't know I could do it so quickly. I didn't know that there was a step-by-step where I could start managing these different areas of my life. Yeah, I basically made you a blueprint for your mind, body, and spirit. And it's called the Mind Body Blueprint online course. I've taken my best foundational exercises. And when I say exercises, I mean like mindset exercises, journaling exercises, breathing exercises, physical exercises. I've put all of that with my best tips, strategies, bonus materials, all into one online course that I walk you through step by step. And it is my, plan to walk you through, but you actually get to customize it, and I'll help you with this so that it actually just works for you, and it's tailored for you, and it gets you into that mindset and space where you can actually make these changes instead of throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you and being like, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you running 5 miles a day? That's what it's going to take. I take you through all of those mindset things, the emotional things, the beliefs, the actions, so that you get the results that you want. So, the Mind Body Blueprint is 6 different modules. The first one, we work on mindset. The second one, we work on body image and exercise. The third one, we talk about body nutritional needs and how to streamline your meal plans. Module 4, we're talking about how to get your daily schedule ramped up so that you are doing your routines, getting in the things that are important, running the show instead of letting life run you. Module 5, we're going to talk about stress relief and how to get better sleep. It's amazing. Once you get your sleep in line, it unlocks everything for you. And we're going to finish it up with the big picture success system, where we think about gratitude and we use the law of attraction to set really big goals and get the success that we're looking for. And all of that, I lead you right on through. So there's little homework exercises. I'm going to give you emails that help you to step by step do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. There's ways for you to submit homework so that I can see what you're doing and give you feedback right there, then and there within your homework. Every single module has a video overview of me going through the entire module, and then I've broken it down into 3 lessons per module, and then there's just a little exercise that goes with, and you submit your homework, and boom, I move you on to the next one. Like I said, this is the approach that you need to totally take back your time, your energy, your lifestyle, your health. I'm also going to give you not just instant access to the 6 models through the online course. You're also going to get bonus materials. Every module, I have a whole set of bonus materials that helps you to amp everything up. It's completely online. And you know what? You are going to get lifetime access to this. Once you're in, you're in. You can keep doing the homework. You can do the homework like 100 times and send it in. I don't care. And you always are going to have access to this because it does take a little time to implement. It might only take you 6 weeks to go through and do the lessons and watch the videos, but also it might take you 6 months to really get to where you feel like you've mastered all of the modules. And every week I do a live weekly broadcast focusing on each module 1 week at a time. So if I'm in module 1, we're talking about mindset. But in the new year, I'm going to be talking about detox. So it's detox mindset, detox yoga moves, detox diet foods, detox your calendar, detox your energy, wasters. Everything has a little theme as we move throughout the calendar year and the seasons. So we go to detox, and then maybe we move into some more mindset things, and then we move into summer, travel plans, and we do a back back to school unit in the fall kind of thinking. So I'm constantly taking these in our live weekly webinars and taking the info of each module each week and helping you apply it in new ways. I'm telling you, each of these, even if you just did one module at a time, just one module, you would be changing so significantly, at least that area of your life, that it wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to have it not affect other areas of your life. Once you get thinking like a boss, once you get loving your body, not punishing your body, but loving your body, once you figure out how to make your meal plan work for you, instead of always scrambling or eating the wrong things, it's a game changer. Then you're ready to implement these new strategies into a daily schedule that you take charge of, rather than being pulled and pushed and, just surviving and scrambling through every day. You're going to be the one who says, yes, that fits in my schedule. No, that does not. And it's going to be effortless. When I say effortless, I really mean it. I want you to want to do these things. We're going to get you to the place where you no longer are struggling with your mindset or self-destructive behaviors anymore. You're going to be able to start snowballing these modules one into the next, so that each time you learn something new, you're building on the skills that we start off with in module 1. By the time you get to module 6, you are rolling. You've got all of these new tools and a new way of looking at the world. You've got more self-esteem and confidence. You've had some successes. You've figured out what's not working exactly, and we'll come up with strategies to help you continue this process. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. And this is what is going to take you from just surviving in your life to thriving in your life. Not just at home, not just at the gym, in your business life, in your relationships, in your family life. Absolutely. So here are my bonus modules. Every module has one set of bonus things that I give you, and I give you actually a whole lot more in our Facebook Q&A or Facebook group. I'm always giving you more things, and I'm always giving you more things every week on our live webinars. But, I definitely want you to be able to take all of my best tips and implement them. So I hope you are ready to take this to the next level. And the good news is you can start this whole process right now. Absolutely no questions asked. Even though I'm not starting a new round of, module 1 live webinars until the new year. I think it's January 6th. I'm starting over with module 1. You can get a head start. Just imagine going through the holidays already thinking about how great you're going to feel in the new year, already implementing a plan for how you're going to rock this new year. The investment, so the total value that I'm giving to you is worth $694. In fact, it's actually probably worth a little bit more than that, but on my regular prices of things, it would be $694. I'm offering you the Mind Body Blueprint Basic Membership today for $349. That means you get the lifetime access to the online course, you get the Facebook group, you get to hand in homework, and you get the weekly live group coaching with me for as long as it takes, for just 3 monthly payments of $116.33. That's it. 3 payments, boom, you're done. Normally, I sell this for $379. So I'm giving you a bit of a discount on this. And I'm also offering a little bit more. If you'd like to do the private membership and you feel like you need a little extra oomph, a little extra accountability, a little extra guidance, if you get some serious self-destructive behaviors or some, issues that you really need some advice on, 3 private sessions plus the online course for just $469. Normally, I offer those 3 private high performance coaching sessions for $325 for a 3-pack. So today, 3 monthly payments of $156.33, and you're in. Lifetime access to the course, weekly live group coaching for as long as you want, plus 3 private sessions with me. We'll pace them out. Every 2 modules, we'll have another session. I'll set you up with some great strategies. I'll catch you in that negative thinking and help you turn around that self-sabotage. $469, 3 monthly payments. And you know what? I probably would let you stretch those out even a little bit more. I know it's the holidays. If you really, needed to talk to me about it, I'm certainly going to be here for you. It just doesn't get any better than this, seriously. And I absolutely offer a 100% money back guarantee. If in 7 days you don't like what you see, you don't think that I know what I'm talking about, you can't figure out a way that this is going to work for you, you're not ready for it, fine. Within 7 days and you've done at least 1 module of homework, I will give you a 100% money back guarantee. What can you lose? I mean, really. So you need to get started today. 3 payments of $116.33. 3 payments of $156.33. I don't see how you could go wrong. And honestly, I mean, that private membership, I'm never going to give it away for that low again. No way. Next time I do that, the 3 monthly payments are definitely going to be over $200, I would think. So this is it. I really want this for you. I really want you to have the transformation that you've always been dreaming of. I want you to find your best self in this upcoming year. 2020, it's a big one. If not now, when? Honestly. So, have a wonderful holiday. Grab those links for the offers, and I'm going to see you inside the Mind Body Blueprint. I really want to thank you for joining me today. Again, my name's Vicki Whipking, and I am here for you all season long. Send me a note. Find me on Instagram. Figure out what's going on with you, and I will tell you how to make it happen. All right. Have a wonderful and blessed holiday. Until next time, be well.